Hello. Good morning. How is it going? It's very cold, huh? It's freezing. And I'm having light issues again. I can't even move without looking like a zombie. I need to be in one corner. Hello everybody, if you are in the house, welcome, nice to see you. While I'm trying to fix this, it's complicated to explain. But the lightning, the green screen, everything is just a mess. Real mess here, but bear with me. The most important is you hear me and you can participate also to the debate. Alright people, so we are here to talk about some news in the football world, and also if we have time to watch this game together between Manchester City and Fulham, and also other games that you can see on your screen right now. Just reminding you that the World Cup is like 15 days away, and the draw for the Champions League is gonna happen on Monday. So it's like 1 day and few hours, almost 2 days to go. So feel free to join us and talk to us. What do you think about everything that's going on in the world of football? And you can tell that only 23 minutes left before the kickoff. So if you wanna join us and talk, feel free to do so. If you don't have time, don't worry. You can ask your question or just watch. That's it. So I'm trying to fix everything now. You can't really see it, but why? It's just early November. Why is it freezing? Why is it so cold? It's cold in your location too? Let us know. So while we are waiting for your questions, you can see on your screen now 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to be Leeds United against Bournemouth, Manchester City against Fulham, Nottingham Forest against Bretford, Wolves against Brighton, and the last game is going to be like 1:30 Eastern time PM, Everton against Leicester City. So I don't know why they didn't like put some gaps between games. Normally on weekends, games start like very, very early. But today, for some reason, they're gonna start all late, and they pretty much put all the games together for some reason. At the same time, you have 4 games at the same time, and then you have the last game later on. So I don't know how this TV scheduling is going on right now. Let's say TV company, they own the schedule. Yeah, they dictate what to do and what not to do, what time the game should be played and all that. So that's what is going to happen. Alright people, so feel free to come and join us or comment. I'll be here depending on your engagement, because I am here for the people. So if the people want to talk, I stay here. If the people don't talk, then I leave. That's how I do stuff. All right. Bad news for Chelsea. Ben Chilwell is going to be out for a long period of time. No World Cup for him. Reece James still struggling with a bad injury. We don't know how it's gonna be. Fofana, bad injury. Kante, bad injury. So Chelsea are in serious trouble. They are in really serious trouble. And somebody left me a message and said, "Oh, be positive. Why are you so negative? Why always bad news?" I'm like, did you see me start the news here, or there is a news there that's been going on? And I am just reporting what other people have been reporting. Like other people were up like 10 hours ago. I just woke up now. I saw the news and I can't talk about it just because that means you've been negative. Some people, I don't know, probably they just want attention or they want a fight for no reason. But how saying that Reece James is injured, Kante is injured, Fofana is out, Reece James is out, and we are in crisis, we are in trouble. Probably we have to go on the market in January. How that is supposed to be negative? Did I create injuries, or did my 10 hours later video is the reason why Ben Chilwell got injured or something? I don't know. Certain people are just okay, people, so get around, ask questions, so come join us. We are here for you, we are here for the people. The people decides what we do here and what the rest of the show is gonna be about. Alright, so we have a new channel created. We don't have a permanent name yet, but I'm trying to move all the streams to the new channel. The link is the pin on top of the comment chat. Go there, subscribe, leave a like, and let me know your opinion. There are some prizes to win over there. I'm trying to focus on each channel for something specific instead of mixing up everything and messing up with algorithm on YouTube and working very, very hard for nothing. So it's gonna be a specific live, nothing else. No regular videos in that channel. It's gonna be just live streams, watch-alongs, call-in show, and in other channels we're gonna focus on talking football. You know, from time to time we can go live there, we can open the line and all that, but if you don't do YouTube, you don't understand really what's going on with stuff behind everything that you see. So I don't want to kill all my channels by doing the mix of everything and killing channels. So we're gonna have to focus on one thing and one thing only on each channel. So it's the same. It's just like here. Nothing is gonna change. The only thing is just probably new name and just one click away. Just the same thing. So anybody in the house, no feedback, no comment, no calls, no nothing so far. So we are very flat. Very, very, very quiet and cold audience so far. But you feel free to do whatever you feel. But be part of the channel, not just watch. The channel is for the people. Let's see. So this is the link for the new channel that I just told you. If you can switch over there quickly and subscribe now, like it's gonna take you just 2 seconds. Switch, bam, bam, like, and subscribe and all the good stuff. And then you're done. Like now, don't wait. Let me wait until the end of the show. No, you have nothing to wait for. So while we are waiting for you guys, you are the bosses. If we can jump on social and see what is trending, it's just Ben Chilwell, the England national team, and all that is trending at the moment. Can you blame anybody? No, because Ben Chilwell is very important for Chelsea and also for the national team. It's heartbreaking really to see somebody like Chilwell came back from a very bad ACL injury. He was determined to make it to the World Cup. Very hard. All of a sudden, the last second, injury. This is the thing. This is the thing. You can blame whoever you want, but nobody is God. Nobody knows what's gonna happen the last minute, the last second. Actually, in that game, I didn't put him in the starting 11. It was, I'm not saying that it was bad to put him, but the way I saw it was like everything is done. Chelsea will finish first of the group, no matter what, unless if Milan won like 10-0 or something. Even if we lost that game, Chelsea was going to qualify anyways, first in the group. So in my preview, I said play Cucurella. I know that Cucurella just had a very bad game against Brighton and everybody wanted to kill him and all that, but I was like, listen, give him another game so we can keep Ben Chilwell fresh and ready for Arsenal. I said it, it's on the record, but I didn't know he was going to get injured. When I saw him on the starting 11 against Dinamo, I was okay, because at the end of the day, I don't make decisions, I don't make selections. So the manager selects somebody, I have to be happy and say, yeah, it's okay, he knows what he's doing. But on my preview, I said play Cucurella and save Ben Chilwell for Sunday. I didn't even think about injuries. I just was thinking about we have to win the London Derby. So I'm not pretending to be a magician, and I knew it. No, I didn't know he was going to get injured, but I knew that we can keep him fresh. I know he didn't play he didn't start against Brighton, but let's just keep him for Sunday. We'll give him a few minutes at the end. That's what I said. But injuries are just unfortunate events that you don't prevent. It just happened. So I'm not gonna blame anybody here for playing bad, because I was also happy at the end of the day. I was like, oh, the manager made his decision. It's okay. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna support it. Even though I didn't put him in my starting 11 on my preview. But some people are now saying, "Oh no, you shouldn't play him," and why? But at the beginning of the game, people were happy. I mean, in here, the same channel, people were saying, "I love what I see. I love the lineup. I love the lineup." But when something happened, and then you start asking questions, why? Why did you do this and that? So the manager can't win at all. It's always a lose-lose situation, because there are people who just talk after fact. You know, they don't talk before fact. They don't say anything only when something happens. Why did you do that? Brother, you were happy. Why are you asking? so reactionary and people they know too much only after the fact. It is what it is. The game is gonna start like so. Feel free to jump here, talk to us. Otherwise, the live stream will be very short. As you all know, I'm here for the people. I'm here to give people the opportunity to talk. Otherwise, I'll be doing some other stuff. So, if you're a Chelsea fan, do you think Chelsea should go and panic buy in January and bring whoever is going to be on the market? Because names are going to start flying. You don't have to be a genius to make headlines. You know, Chelsea are struggling. Any name that you're going to drop there is going to attract people's attention. If you are ITK and you are those geniuses, have zero sources but spread news, you can make whatever news right now. Everybody is gonna believe. If you said Chelsea are working hard on bringing Hakimi from PSG, people are going to get on board and love you and subscribe and that. But if you start like asking yourself some simple common sense questions, how much money he's on at PSG? Do you think PSG are gonna accept to sell their players in the middle of the season? When you start examining and asking some serious, simple questions, people start hating you because no, we wanna go with the vibes. It's not just gonna happen because if you look at it closely, you're not gonna pay him 300k a week, the money that he's on PSG. PSG don't want to sell him. They are in the Champions League. He's one of the key players over there. January transfer is always complicated. No matter what, it's not going to happen. So when you start asking those simple, common sense questions, and then you see that all those so-called news and sources are just a bunch of crap just to attract, get likes and stuff. But they know what they're doing. You know, social media is a bunch of kids having fun, buying to saying over there. So people don't think anymore. They don't think outside the box. They don't even take a second to ask, oh, wait a minute. What is that make sense? They don't even ask that question. It's just speculation. They buy it, they eat it, they spread it. That's it. Even if tomorrow they find out it's not true, it's not gonna happen, they still love you because you told them what they wanted to hear. So many names are gonna be thrown out there. Chelsea are going to be linked with everybody under the sun, but just use simple common sense. How many links Chelsea have every single window, and how many players we end up by buying? You know, like last summer we were linked with everybody under the sun, and we end up by buying the players that nobody even mentioned. Like out of the blue, Kukureya, out of the blue, Koulibaly, out of the blue, Zakaria, the last minute. You know, like nobody knew it, nobody spread the news. People were throwing just big names out there so they can attract attention. But everybody that we bought is just not, it wasn't a part of the conversation or speculations. So if you look at it, 99.9% of the so-called news on leagues, that will never happen. They are just crap. But people want to hear that. So, alright, so who do you think Chelsea should buy in January? For me, we shouldn't really rush and panic buy anybody, because you're gonna end up by a lot of dead wood in hand, and and a lot of money to pay for players who are not even on the pitch. If you buy somebody, if you buy right back and left back, okay, they're not gonna be under 100k a week at Chelsea, because that is the salary that people touch, the minimum wage at Chelsea Football Club. And what's gonna happen when James comes back and Chile comes back is you have how much money you have to pay for one position, you know. So I think if we can be smart and develop what we got on free at the moment, from the academy, you can check on Lewis Hall, who is a very good left back, you know, or left wing back, whatever position or whatever system Chelsea are gonna play. But this season he's been switched to the midfield, but still has the quality and ability to play from that position. He can help. People are gonna mention his age because he's English, so we have to find something to say no. But listen, this is crisis, right? In time of crisis, you have to use whatever mean you have in hand. So the kid can do the job if given an opportunity and given the run of games, given time to fail and learn from failure. That's what you need sometimes. So in January we need so many players to come and help us until to push until the end of the season. Try to fight for top 4. That is the most important in my opinion, because the Champions League is going to be so tough for Chelsea to win. But you never know. Chelsea always win something when they are struggling. They are in trouble. That's when Chelsea wake up. So don't write them off yet. They might just go and win the Champions League, but you have to focus on top 4, because we can't miss out on Champions League next season. We're gonna miss out on many big targets. Leao, for example, might say, I'm not going to you guys because you are not in the Champions League. All the big guns that we intended to buy, they might say, no, we're not coming to Chelsea. So we have to fight for top 4. And the Champions League is going to be just a bonus, you know. If we win, we win. If we don't win, we're going to come back stronger next season. When Graham Potter got he's not a manager that will just demand to buy 25 players. When he implement his own system in the team. And why not, if he can get 2 players just to work on his system, why not? But Potter is not somebody who will say, oh, you have to bring me let's say Leandro Trossard, for example, or Moises Caicedo. I want them. No, he knows how to work with what he has in hand. So I think we should just wait until summer, where the market is open and you have more options, and you go to the market. If you go now, you panic buy in January, everybody is gonna be expensive, and just because you are expensive doesn't make you a good player, you know. YouTube compilations are always good. We get carried away with the narrative. Everybody is a bowler. It's a feel-good factor. Everybody happy. But at the end of the day, when they start playing on the pitch, you start saying, something is wrong here. You know, so we have to make sure that now we don't buy dead wood. Every time we buy a player, we get too excited. Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Lukaku, Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic, everybody was excited. But when they are on that pitch, we don't support them anymore. We want them out immediately and go buy more players. And believe me, including Nkunku, okay? Leao, all those bunch perfect players. If they come to Chelsea Football Club, they're gonna have hard time, and immediately Chelsea fans wanted them out. Let's wait. Yeah, my audio is kind of low, so let me put this big gun here, bad boy. So probably it's fine. So the game is about to start. The City game. The kickoff is already. It's gonna be there. You know what I mean? So let's make sure everything is nice and clean on the screen. So yeah. The game is about to start, so I just kind of talked about what is happening now. Ben Chilwell, because Ben is trending. Are you guys alright? People don't want to talk. I don't know why. No engagement. The game is about to start. Kevin De Bruyne and what's Rashford? And the rest of the team. So this is the team. Okay, Bournemouth. So we have here Travers, Fredericks, Cook. The game. Okay. Solanke, Smith, Tavernier, Moore, Sensini, Billing, and all that. So, people. The game is somehow. Those are the games that are going to happen. Starting 11 for games, like 3 or 4 games to start very soon. So for City here, everybody knows Edison, Akanji, Stones, Ake, Cancelo, Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo, Alvarez, and Grealish. Haaland is on the bench. I have so many games on my screen right now, but I don't see the City game. Yeah, let me see. Something is wrong. Let's see what's happening. Cancelled or something. Can't find it on my list here. Or should we go for another game? Herbert is in the house. I'll check you before I leave people with just comment. Herbert, yes.
Yeah. Is the City game not on? Is it cancelled or something?
What did you say?
I started. No, I heard you saying like the City game was cancelled, so I was just checking, like, 5 minutes in. So the game is on, definitely.
It's on? Because I can't find
it
on my
on.
list here. Like,
okay.
It's, I don't know. Oh my, I'm still like refreshing, but not giving me anything. So the game already started?
Okay. Yeah, it's 5 minutes in.
Okay, let me see. I am way behind everything. So what the news in your community? You guys are doing good at the moment. Chelsea are struggling and crumbling. So looks like a top 3 for you guys, and Chelsea going to Europa League.
No. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think we have way too ahead of ourselves because some transfer window is going to come up in January, and Potter is going to get back 100%, and United won't. And I don't know if you know this or not. We have to play 2 extra games because of coming second in our group, and that too against Champions League teams. So, and you know how it's with this draws. They love pairing United with like a Barcelona or Juventus. So, I mean, look, I'm very worried about United, man, because our players are dropping off, not in form, but also with injuries. Like Donny is back, Martial is back, but after the World Cup, I think United are going to struggle a lot with the injury situation because we don't have any depth, man. Unless if our first 11 plays, like the way we played against you guys. If that team plays for a whole season, I think we can easily come even second. Forget about third. We can make second with that team. But I mean, look, I don't know if you know this. Diego Dalot, he has played every single United game since the season has started. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. He's playing one game in 3 days. Sorry, three games like in 3 games in a week. I mean, that's we are cooking our players like that. So I think United are going to struggle. I think we can come 4th at max with the squad depth you guys have. I don't see us getting top 4.
Yeah, I mean, you've been building good. You recruited good.
Yeah.
January also, I think you're gonna.
Yeah, January is there. I think we want Cody Gakpo. That's our main target for this upcoming transfer window. But I don't know if United are going to spend 30-35 million. Considering I mean, if Ronaldo leaves, maybe then it's a chance. But I don't know if you saw last game against Sociedad. Eriksen. One game he was brilliant, and against West Ham, then he dropped off massively against Sociedad. So it will happen when you're playing all your players. He never subs off Eriksen, which is very surprising since because of his condition and everything. But yeah, I mean, I think United are going to struggle. I'm not confident. Look, I mean, most of our players, United players, they are like first 11 players, first 3 players in their respective national teams. I won't be surprised, like, if Brazil features a forward line of Jesus, and Vinicius and Anthony. So, can't say, man. I think Chelsea are doing well, man. I mean, I saw your last game, the Carrier Masterclass.
Yeah, that was just one game, though. I've seen somebody called Bakayoko.
Exactly, I was going to say that. Exactly.
Dream debut, and he was there. Like the first game, everybody went crazy and said, "Wow, we are lucky to."
And then he's passing to Spainboard.
We are lucky to have this guy. We get rid of Matic. We got money out of Matic. This guy is the real deal. What happened? One game, one good performance. That's it. It was done. So I don't get carried away anymore. I don't get too excited about the new signings anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just wait for them to perform.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Yeah, I mean, look, Havertz, he scored that banger against Zagreb. Then the next few games he has been poor. So, Chelsea's problem is that I don't see one player like except for Thiago Silva maybe. Performing like he's giving 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 every single game. So I think that's where you're struggling. Like you're winning battles on individual game. This brings on me to this game against Arsenal. I think this is the first time even you will agree that Arsenal are coming favourites at Madrid. It doesn't happen, many times.
Yeah, Arsenal, to be honest, they've been like a boogie team for us for the last years.
Yeah.
We beat them a few times in their own stadium, but every time they come to the bridge, they win or we draw or something. And this time, they are even better. You know, every other time in the last like 5 years, we've been better on paper. On paper, we're gonna smash them. We're gonna win. The next thing you know, you lose. Always. So probably this time because they are good and they are complacent and we have nothing to lose. Probably we might do something. We have tons of injuries, no pressure because everybody knows we're gonna lose anyway. So that could turn to be a very good game for Chelsea. But other than that, they are winning. On paper, they are winning. If they beat Chelsea, I think they have a chance really to fight with City for the title.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not taking Arsenal at the moment, like, as title contenders. I'll wait till at least, to Feb before the Europa League kicks in because Arsenal have the same problem like United. Like, their first 11 is very good. But after that, if Jesus gets injured, you're playing in Ketia. So, it's not, they have their problems as well. But, I mean, look, I feel like, Arsenal are coming into this game favorites, with the way they are playing. I remember you mentioned about, Bogut. I remember Arsenal doing a double over you, in that, I think it was 2 seasons back when Bellerin scored at your place and then Xhaka whipped a free kick at the Emirates, if you remember that game. So, Chelsea, they are struggling, man, against top 6 sides. Even United, you haven't beaten us in last 5 games. So, I don't know, what. I think you do well with Tottenham, even though they got a draw this season. But apart from that, Chelsea in big games, bit. You want some more.
That's the way it is, Herbert. So I'm going to watch this with other people in the other. I'll be back at halftime, and then come back at the end of the.
Okay.
Of the game. Okay. So thank you for helping, brother. Thank you so much, Herbert. So, people, I am going to be taking calls at halftime if there is anybody. Wolves just scored 1-1 against Brighton. Brighton started the very early goal. Wolves, it looks like they just scored now. Leeds United against Bournemouth 1-1. So today we have a lot of goals in the first 10 minutes. Which is really surprising because we don't have enough goals at the moment. So yeah, and I apologize for my background music. It was too loud because nobody was giving me any feedback. People are just watching and not saying anything. But I think the background noise was just like unbearable. It was so loud. I just figured it out now and I fixed it, but I can't hear anything, so I don't have any producer to tell me that this is too loud or too soft or whatever. So I hope you understand, but you can't blame me because I've been asking for people to give me feedbacks and they don't say anything. They just want to watch. So people, the game or the games are on your screen now. I hope you enjoy everything, and I'll be taking calls at halftime if there is anybody to call, And don't forget to subscribe to the other channel that we are trying to create. The name is not really known yet. It's just a temporary name. The link is on top of the chat there. Go subscribe there because we have many good things planned over there. The World Cup is coming. It's gonna be almost 2-month break from the club football, but we're gonna keep you entertained and even better. We're gonna get better on doing stuff. The reason being, algorithm. YouTube is just a mess at the moment, so I want to kind of focus one channel exclusively on live, nothing else, no video, no short video, no nothing, just streams and this channel is for other stuff, but also few live streams if people wanna talk here. But yeah, the link is on the description in the chat box there. You can just go and subscribe, leave a comment over there, and we're gonna have to talk. All right, let's see. So I am here for the people. I came here to give you the voice, but nobody wanna talk except Mr. Herbert, who just helped us with some news. But other than him, nobody wanna talk. So we have to, let's see, we have to go and come back halftime or at the end of the stream so people can call.
And Fulham defensively were carved open like a knife. And it's Manchester City 1, Fulham 0. Erling Haaland watches on to see his fellow strike partner who signed in the summer score. And it took 16 minutes for City to find the opener. They win back possession on halfway. Akanji to Gundogan, but long to Rodri. And then Gundogan makes a run down the middle towards Alvarez, who's onside. Gets the better of Ream, and then inside the area, sets himself up on his right foot before striking it through the laces. Past Leno, keeper's got no chance, and then off the top of the crossbar and in. Manchester City take the lead against Fulham by a goal to 0. And maybe that's the moment it's livened up what has been quite a slow-paced game so far. But it was oh so easy for them. Fulham made it easy for them. And a smile on the face of Erling Haaland. Who needs Haaland when you got Julian Alvarez? The options at the dispersal of Pep Guardiola's Manchester City side. Alvarez with his third goal of the season so far. And now the win probability has gone down to a 1% chance for Fulham. That is pretty much as close to an impossibility that the win probability stat will give you. Only a 6% chance of a draw now. Man City with a 93% chance from this point onwards to go on and claim the 3 points. This is Akanji on the halfway, dispossessed by William out on the left-hand side, moving forward inside the Manchester City half for Fulham, now towards the centre where he is dispossessed, but one back. And then Rodri will play it back in towards the path of Edison in the Manchester City goal. Fulham were on the back foot right from the beginning, with Alexander Mitrovic out through injury, and we've seen in the past away from home this season Fulham happy just to sit back, contain, and then try and find that killer pass in towards the path of Mitrovic to then get the game on the counter-attack. We're seeing, I'm having a look on my monitor at a statistic about last 10 minutes attacking threat, and it is pretty much a sky blue line at the minute. This is Grealish, 19 minutes played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 0, and City really are in full control of this game. Rodri on the line to Nathan Ake, and it goes towards Cancelo on the left-hand side. Grealish wins it back in towards the path of Gundogan, who moves in more centrally, dispossessed by Tete, but legally in the eyes of Darren England, and so 19.5 minutes in, Manchester City have another free kick as Gundogan was brought down to the deck by Tete, who just lunges a foot out from behind as Gundogan was looking to move away. No surprise, the two over it being Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. This is within De Bruyne territory. It's just off centre towards the left-hand side, around about 25 to 30 yards from goal. Bernardo Silva having a chat with De Bruyne, more likely talking over his options as he steps away and steps back. De Bruyne to take, floated into the area, and a comfortable take for Bernd Leno in the Fulham goal. I was expecting De Bruyne there to go for goal himself. It was a right-footed floater in the end. It is Fulham in possession. Let's have a look then at what's going on elsewhere here in the Premier League as we play 20.5 minutes here. City with 5 attempts on goal, 3 shots on target. Fulham yet to have a sniff in the area yet, but it could change now. William looking to move his way forward, but one back by Nathan Ake for Manchester City. This is Rodri. Over on the line towards the path of João Cancelo, played out into De Bruyne on the left-hand side. Cancelo, first time ball over the top, looking to find Gundogan. It's cleared away by Harrison Reed. The one back by Julian Alvarez, but João Cancelo with the initial challenge and the initial contact, and illegally in the eyes of the referee. 21.5 minutes played here at the Etihad. Manchester City 1, Fulham 0 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Goes out of play. Kanji with the final touch, so Fulham throw. Let's have a look then at what's going on elsewhere. An eventful afternoon at Ellen Road where it is Leeds 1, Bournemouth 2. Nottingham Forest have taken the lead against Bretford by 1-0, and it is still one apiece between Wolves and Fulham. At Mourinho, a reminder that our late kickoff is Everton against Leicester City, and you can listen to live commentary of that with us here on the Flash Score audio commentary service from 5:30. This is Grealish forward now for Manchester City, looking to play it back in towards the path of Gundogan out on the left-hand side. Cancelo if he wants him. Cancelo he finds. All just being sprayed about the left-hand side here, inside the Fulham half here for Manchester City. Gundogan. Akanji. Just not even inviting a press at this present moment in time. As long as they're nowhere near the penalty area, they're happy for now, but now the press may become a little bit more bumped, but the ball again goes back into the path of Ake. Now Grealish for Manchester City. Rodri. Ake, 23 played, Manchester City 1, Fulham 0. Grealish again, he's got Tete for company. He moves it out from the left-hand side, more central towards the path of Cancelo, but pending around 15 yards inside the Fulham half. Grealish looking to find De Bruyne, but he's brought down, but illegally by Palhinha, and just clips him from behind. And so Manchester City here have a free kick. He's just looking to turn and get away, and then Palhinha just leaves a clumsy right foot out. Grealish just looks on and moves away as Manchester City fans stand for a minute's applause. De Bruyne the free kick, right footed, floated into the penalty, flicked on and bundled in for a second. John Stones for Manchester City. However, the flag is up. It will not count. De Bruyne floats the free kick in, right foot inside the penalty area. The initial contact is made by Akanji, who's offside, for then his flick on being parried away by Leno, and then Stones the first to react to the second ball and hammering it home from the near post. We're about 2 yards out, but it won't count. Fulham come forward now on the counter. This is Wilson, brought down by Cancelo. Penalty to Fulham. João Cancelo pleads his innocence with the referee down in England, and Fulham, who haven't had an opportunity all game, have a golden chance now from the penalty spot. And more than that, Cancelo's been sent off, and Manchester City are suddenly down to 10 men and may suddenly find themselves back level. Pep Guardiola comes back up off his seat, looking surely despondent. VAR will have a look at it, of course, but Fulham quickly get a ball through to Harry Wilson, and Manchester City very rarely defensively caught at sea. As the City players have a word with the referee, it's Vinicius who plays the ball forward in towards the path of Wilson. Cancelo has to make a change of some sort, although it looks as if Edison may have actually got there before Wilson was going to have an effort on goal. And it's just a little elbow from him. He is the last man. And so Man City will see it out with 10 men. There's still arguments, discussions and debate from a Manchester City perspective. But the decision will stand. It is a red card for João Cancelo. And the penalty will also stand. Double checked by VAR. Cancelo trudges off the field, slapping his arms against his thigh with a shake of the head. He can't believe it. His manager couldn't believe it. They best believe it. And so Fulham here, who after going 1-0 down must have thought this could have been a long afternoon, suddenly have a golden opportunity themselves, as Cancelo and Pep have a quick word in conversation. I think Pep with a more encouraging word to João Cancelo as opposed to the usual berating. And so a huge moment for Fulham here. Pereira to take the penalty up against Edison in the Manchester City goal. The referee blows his whistle. Pereira steps up, takes right footed and slots it into the bottom left hand corner, and Fulham find themselves level through Andreas Pereira's penalty. It has been against the run of play, but they have taken full advantage of the golden opportunity they got. And a look of frustration on the face of Pep Guardiola. His head is in his hands, and 27.5 minutes in, Andreas Pereira equalises from the spot. It's Manchester City 1, Fulham 1. And it's a lovely penalty from Pereira. Side foots it home on his right foot into the bottom left hand corner, as you see a replay of Vinicius playing Wilson through, and then it is a barge of the left shoulder by João Cancelo, which gave away the penalty for Manchester City. Work for them to do now. Pep Guardiola is not a happy man on that Manchester City bench. He did not expect that to happen. I don't think anyone expected that to happen. The win probability definitely didn't expect that to happen. Fulham, after that goal was conceded, was as much as a 1% hope of winning this game. Well, they've got all sorts of hope now. They were 6% just to draw level. So Bernardo Silva now for Manchester City, who are going to have to find something again here with 10 men. Gundogan along the line to Nathan Ake on the left-hand flank, to Grealish, 10 yards inside the Fulham half. Silva, Gundogan, Kanji. Looks as if City are now going to move into a free. This is Bernardo Silva back into the path of Gundogan. Out now to Nathan Ake on the left-hand side for Manchester City, moving forward towards the edge of the penalty area where Grealish finds himself up against Tete on the left-hand flank. Bernardo Silva out to Grealish again, gets the better of Tete, although Tete manages to get the second challenge. The ball goes out of play. Where does the last touch go? It goes out of play for Manchester City corner as Grealish and Tete a couple of words of each other. Half an hour in, Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here at the Etihad. City going in front, courtesy of Julian Alvarez's strike before being pegged back from the penalty spot by Pereira. Corner floated in, right-footed by Grealish, flicked away on as far as Rodri. It goes out of play for Manchester City throw. Guardiola on the Manchester City bench, just going through all sorts of tactical insight and instructions from his coaches. He's going to the phone for Manchester City on the right-hand flank, and it goes all the way back to Bernardo Silva, who now goes back inside his own half. The phone position on the edge of the penalty area on that right flank. Rodri switching it from right to left into the path of Grealish, brings it down with his first touch. On the edge of the penalties with Tete for company. Back heels in towards the path of Ake. Cross goes in first time towards the near post, headed away by Diop. Ake can only see it out for a goal kick. Well, Haaland might be needed today. Hoping it'll be a comfortable passage this afternoon and he may not be required. Well, that may no longer be the case. Plenty of other games though taking place. We've told you the Premier League scores and we'll update you with them throughout the afternoon, but in the Championship, 10 games taking place at 3 o'clock. Blackburn 0, Huddersfield 0, Blackpool and Luton are also goalless. Bristol City 1 up away at Middlesbrough. The game stream: Millwall and Hull, QPR, West Brom, Sunderland, Cardiff and Watford. Coventry are all 0-0. Norwich a goal to the good away at Rotherham. Birmingham 1 up against Stoke, and then Wigan leading Swansea City by 2 goals to 0. That win probability now up to 18% for Fulham, 32% the draw, and Manchester City 50% to go on and claim victory at the Etihad here in the Premier League this afternoon. You're listening to the Flash Score Live audio commentary service, where you can listen to both of the big games tomorrow from the Premier League. Chelsea versus Arsenal from 12 p.m, and then Tottenham Hotspur against Liverpool from 4:30. And don't forget that the World Cup is also on the horizon. It's only a couple of weeks away now, and we'll have live coverage of every single game for you here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. This is William for Fulham out on the left-hand side, midway inside the Manchester City half as we approach the 33rd minute. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1. Paulinho switching it out to the right-hand side. Brought down first time by Harry Wilson. Ake appealing for the offside flag to go up. Tete, Wilson. Now back in towards the path of Paulinho. along in towards the path of Tim Reed for Fulham. Willian, and now Robinson. Willian again, left-hand side. He had got runners alongside him, but he had two against him, and so decides to do the dirty work on his own before playing it back in towards the path of Reed. On the line towards Diop. Now look to thread it forward first time towards Pereira as the rain continues to lash down here in Greater Manchester, but that pass runs too heavy and out of play it goes. I'm talking about the rain lashing down. Marco Silva with his big rain jacket on. Let's just say he looks pretty wet. He'll be pretty happy with the way things have gone so far for his Fulham side, level at 1 apiece against the Premier League champions. City who have it, Bernardo Silva, who's dropped back since the Cancelo red card. De Bruyne towards Stone, back to De Bruyne again, one back by Fulham. Willian tries to keep it in play, goes out. Last touch though coming off of John Stones, so it will be a Fulham throw. Just over 10 minutes to go until half time here, and it is Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Robinson back in towards the path of Ream. Now first time in towards Willian. It's going to be picked up and claimed by Edison in the Manchester City goal. Rodri along the line towards Kanji. Now Stones. Right hand side, first touch heavy, but it goes back towards Edison in the Manchester City goal. Pep Guardiola just trudging up and down that touchline, having a conversation, a long conversation with the fourth official. Plenty of arm movements in there. Happy about something, and ever since he equalised, he's just been trudging up and down that Manchester City technical area. Wolves have retaken or have taken the lead for the first time against Brighton by 2-1 at Molineux. Mind that this result would mean that the gap to Arsenal would be 1 point, but Arsenal play Chelsea tomorrow, so could reinstate the gap to 4 points. Draw for Fulham will put him within a point of Chelsea, though they'd have 2 games in hand in 7th. Now forward ball in towards the path of Alvarez in the air, looking for the second for Manchester City, but it's brilliant defending from Ream to stop him in his tracks. It's a brilliant ball from De Bruyne. First time in towards the path of Alvarez. There's no doubt that he's onside. Good first touch on his right foot before then looking to set himself. But Ream then comes back for the Cottagers to stop him in his tracks and to see it go out for a corner for Manchester City. Their 5th of the afternoon so far. So De Bruyne to take the corner out on the right hand side. It's going to be swung in right footed. The hand goes up and the corner goes in towards the penalty spot and headed away by Fulham as far as Grealish. Back to Bernardo Silva on the edge of the Fulham half. Moves it out to the left hand side from the centre. Now back in towards the path of Rodri. Bernardo Silva out towards Grealish, edge of the penalty area. He's got Reed for company. Now on the line to Alvarez. Gundogan passes too heavy and Fulham look to win it back, but it's going to be reclaimed by John Stones for Manchester City, and back it goes all the way to Edison. Silva along the line to Rodri. Ilkay Gundogan. And again after 1-2, now out to De Bruyne on this right-hand side, 2 for company, goes back to Gundogan and along the line and back towards Kanji inside his own half. Plays it out now, first time to the left and in towards the path of Jack Grealish, who's got Tete for company. Forward it goes towards Ake, cross goes into the area, looking to find Alvarez, but cleared out by Dia, but the flag in any instance going up for offside against Nathan Ake. 38.5 minutes played, Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Reminder of what else is happening in the Premier League. Bournemouth leading Leeds by 2-1. Nottingham Forest 1 up at the City Ground against Bretford, and it is Wolves 2, Brighton 1. A reminder, the late game tonight is Everton up against Leicester City. You can listen to live commentary of that from 5:30 this evening as we have a look at the possession stats. Man City leading that 72% to 28%. As expected here at the Etihad. Linia picks it up just beyond the halfway for Fulham, shifts it out to his right, but up against 2 and 1 back, and this is Bernardo Silva for Manchester City on the left hand side. Got Tete for company, does well to keep the ball in along the line, and well, a little bit of a conversation between Bernardo Silva and Tete as the ball went out of play for Manchester City. Throw down that left hand flank, just over 5 minutes to go till half time. Manchester City, who had João Cancelo sent off halfway through the first half, back level against Fulham, 1-1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. On the line it goes for Man City, and now Rodri Stones, who's playing as right back for Pep Guardiola's side this afternoon, plays it short in towards the path of Gundogan, out to De Bruyne in space on the right hand side, wants to shift it in the middle, getting the better of Willian. Now back to Akanji. Bernardo Silva towards Grealish, edge of the penalty area, left hand side, he's got Tete for company, cross goes in towards the penalty area, towards the back stick, it stays in play, or at least he thought it stayed in play, it actually did go out in the end, so it'll go out for a Fulham goal kick, who by and large been outplayed in the first half, but level at 1 apiece thanks to the one opportunity that they did get from the penalty spot. Andreas Pereira converting after Harry Wilson was brought down by João Cancelo, who was subsequently sent off. Guardiola again having a look at the notepad, going over some things with his technical team. Brilliant for Fulham. Crossfield ball first time, picked up by Nathan Ake, and back it goes towards the path of Edison in the Manchester City goal. Now this is Rodri. John Stones for Man City. 41.5 minutes played, 1 apiece here at the Etihad. Now forward City goes. This is Grealish, edge of the penalty, left hand side, right footed, brings it inside, cutting effort! Goes wide of the target. Man City are trying to eke closer. Grealish getting the better of Tete again. There's been some battle between them out on the far side as we look at it. This effort, right footed, steers well clear of Bert Leno's goal. Goal kick taken forward. Back to Edison in the Manchester City goal. On the line in towards the path of Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Fulham again, just happy just to sit back and just let the pressure go on to him. This is Grealish on the left-hand side. Now Ilkay Gundogan. Grealish. Goes out of play. Manchester City throw on the edge of the penalty out on the left-hand side. 2 minutes to go until the break. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Played short, but had to clear by Fulham from that Manchester City throw. De Bruyne picks it up in midfield and then clattered to the deck. It's going to be a yellow card for the man on the ground. It's Reed who's on the deck. It was Reed who made the challenge. It's going to be Reed who, when he looks up and sees the referee, he's going to throw a yellow card in his face. How to help a man when he's down. But it was a late lunge with the right foot. That is why he's in the book. 1 minute to go until the break. Man City 1, Fulham 1 here. On the Flash Score live audio commentary service, where you can listen to live commentary of the two big ones in the Premier League tomorrow. It starts at Stamford Bridge from midday. Chelsea up against Arsenal. And then 4:30, Tottenham Hotspur up against Liverpool. Two huge games. We'll be bringing every single bit of the action here on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. So please do join us. So Man City with the free kick. It's going to be taken by Ilkay Gundogan. Short along the line to Bernardo Silva. Gundogan again on this left-hand side, now looking to find some space to put the cross in. Plays it out towards the path of Grealish. Cross goes in towards the penalty area. Ake back to Grealish. Deflection! Just over the bar. Last touch coming off of the gloves of Bernd Leno. And it goes out of play for a City corner right on the stroke of half-time. Ake on the line towards Grealish, inside the area, takes the deflection on Moot, and Grealish fires a corner in, flipped away. De Bruyne looking to find it at the back stick, but it's going to go out for another City corner. We're just having trying to see how much added time's been indicated by the fourth official. There's going to be 3 minutes added on at the end of this first half. Wanted to take, right-footed from the right-hand side, goes in towards the near post, headed away by the first man. Back in, it's going to go by Bernardo Silva towards the area. Big save by Bernd Leno in the Fulham goal, and it's recycled first time towards Willian. Put down by Silva along the line towards De Bruyne. And City almost fashioned that golden chance to reclaim their lead just before the break. Modric to Silva. Now Gundogan. Just on the edge of the Man City half, right in the middle of the park. Gundogan. Silva. Gundogan again. Silva. Kanji. And it goes in towards the path of Jack Grealish on this left-hand side. 2 of the 3 minutes added on at the end of this first half have been played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here, and they look to play the killer ball forward. It was Silva looking to find Ake on the left-hand side, but Fulham managed to pick the ball up, but concede a free kick. Harry Wilson with the foul. And he's also going to get himself into the book. Well, actually, Bernardo Silva's going to go in the book for his remonstration. My apologies. The yellow card went up. It's actually in the direction of the Manchester City midfielder. Silva continues the conversation with the referee, and now the linesman saying that his shirt was pulled, his shirt was tugged. It was him up against Wilson. They're saying that he was... Wow, he was bought. sport on. Well, Erling Haaland is also going out to warm up. It's a sight no one wants to see in the Premier League unless you're a Manchester City fan. And a little thumbs up as he gets a great ovation from the Manchester City supporters. The first half where City really did dominate in possession. Fulham were happy just to sit back and let Manchester City dominate. And first half of few highlights, though Fulham being pegging City back level from the penalty spot was the one and only opportunity they had in attack in the first half. Although with 10 men, they still look the dominant force in this game. Reminder of what else is happening here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Leeds 1, Bournemouth 2 at Ellen Road, and then Nottingham Forest and Brentford level at 1 apiece at the City Ground, and 2 apiece at half-time between Wolves and Brighton. Wolves down to 10 men in that, and the late kick-off, which you can listen to live commentary from here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service, is Everton up against Leicester City, and that is from 5:30. Plenty coming up here in the Premier League over the course of the next few days on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. This is Stones for Man City towards the halfway, brought back in towards the path of Akanji. 2.5 minutes of this second half played, 1 apiece between Manchester City and Fulham. Ake, Akanji, back on the line to Ake again, and then back to Edison in the Manchester City goal. Akanji again. City just happy to hold the ball for all it's worth. Along the line again into this time the path of John Stones. City reverting now back to a free. Rodri, Akanji and Stones. Now they are down to 10. Back to Edison in the Manchester City goal, who's under pressure from Pereira but does well to keep his footing and then to manage to play the pass out in towards the path of Nathan Ake, and then Rodri brought to ground, and it's a free kick for City taken quickly out to Bernardo Silva, who moves outside their penalty area deep in their own half, looking to advance into opposition territory. Back to Bernardo Silva again for Manchester City. Out first time in towards the path of Stones, chest it first time, but the pass was too heavy, the touch was too heavy. And Silva and Stones are having a discussion and an argument as to who was at fault for giving away the throw into Fulham. This is Reed on the line to Diop, gets the better of 2 of the Manchester City defenders, plays it out first time, flipped on by Pereira, but it couldn't quite find William, and now Stones moving forward out on the right hand side for Manchester City. De Bruyne loses out to Robinson, but it goes first time in towards the path of William. One back and legally in the eyes of the referee, so this is Stones for City on the right, short to De Bruyne, out towards Gundogan, driving down the middle. Gundogan not going to play the pass out in towards the path of Alvarez, but cleared away by Fulham, who then look to counter it again. It's Wilson who caused all the danger of the build-up towards the penalty. 5 minutes of this second half gone. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. This is Nathan Ake for City along the line and out to Jack Grealish. Short towards Gundogan, but cleared away by Fulham. Only as far as Bernardo Silva. Crossfield ball, first time, flicked on, looking to find De Bruyne, but picked up by Ream for the Cottagers. Now De Bruyne out on the right-hand side, midway inside the Fulham half. 5.5 minutes of this second half played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Bernardo Silva out on the left flank. Out it goes, first time towards Grealish. Looking to get the better of Tete. Takes his man on, brings it inside, more centrally. making the run, but looking to find someone to play the pass to. Eventually does with Grealish. And then, to Stones, then to De Bruyne, into the area, flicked on by Ake, but a comfortable take by Leno in the Fulham goal. Eventually, Grealish was able to find that out ball. De Bruyne then plays the ball into the area towards Nathan Ake, looking to flick it across in towards the path of Julian Alvarez, but it is a comfortable take for Leno between the sticks for the Cottagers. Tete. Diop along the line to Ream. Paulinho. Now Diop for Fulham. Forward it goes first time, looking to find Robinson, but Grealish manages to win it back for Manchester City. This is now Robinson again, Wilson. Got back down. Grealish giving away a free kick to Fulham. This is Ream, and it goes first time in towards the path of Robinson on the halfway out on the left-hand side for Fulham, and this is Pereira on the left-hand side. We're going to get the cross into the area up against Rodri, but Rodri wins it out first and wins it back for Manchester City. This is Akanji. Rodri along the line to Bernardo Silva, and it goes to Nathan Ake for Manchester City. 52.5 minutes played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Fulham win it back though through Harrison Reed, but City reclaim possession with İlkay Gundogan. Grealish on the left-hand side on the edge of the Fulham half. Ake. Silva now inside City territory. Bournemouth added a third against Leeds at Allen Road to lead by 3-1. Robinson cleared away. Now this is Ream along the line to Diop. It has been a second half that has failed to find its spark as of yet. It was crossed, change of those fortunes as the period goes on. Tete back in towards the path of Diop. Now Leno in the Fulham goal. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a Manchester City throw. De Bruyne is going to take it out on this right-hand side. Bernardo Silva. Again, City just happy to play it along the line, play it along the back. Really causing Fulham too many problems. They will now. Grealish on this left-hand side. Back to Bernardo Silva. 54.5 minutes played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1, and Ake hauled down to the deck by Tete. And it is a free kick to the host, the Premier League champions. 4.5 minutes played. They're looking to find a goal to get themselves back in front. Back level to 1 apiece. One is going to take this out on the left-hand side, about 15 yards inside the Fulham half. It's going to be swung in, right-footed, in towards the penalty area, headed away, and then cleared away by the Cottagers. Back by Bernardo Silva, and it goes back to Edison and the Manchester City goal. Let's have an update then on what's going on in and around the Championship. Sheffield United, the big winners in the early kick-off against the leaders Burnley by 5-2. And then in the 3 o'clock games, Blackburn leading Huddersfield by 1-0. Blackpool 0, Luton 0. 1 apiece between Middlesbrough and Bristol City. Goalless in the games between Millwall and Hull, although Hull are down to 10 men. And the game between Queen's Park Rangers and West Bromwich Albion. Rotherham 1, Norwich 2. Norwich just getting their noses back in front there. Birmingham a goal to the good away at Stoke. Cardiff also a goal up at the Stadium of Light. Wigan 2-1 up away at Swansea. And then Coventry leading at Vicarage Road against Watford by 1-0 in the Championship. Just another reminder of the Premier League scores in the 3 o'clock games. 3-1 Bournemouth lead at Leeds as Manchester City now look to bear their way forward now. It's Alvarez. Can he square a ball across? It's a big challenge by Robinson to see it out of play. Man City just find that killer ball. It's Gundogan with an instinctive pass, flicked on first time by Alvarez, who then moves away, gets the better of Diop, and then is in a foot race to try and reclaim it back. He does. It goes out for a corner. And it's going to be De Bruyne to take. It's Manchester City's 8th of the afternoon. Fulham yet to have one. 56.5 minutes played. One apiece. Corner goes in towards the penalty spot. Flicked on by Ake and cleared away by Fulham. Although De Bruyne is racing to win it back, and it goes back to Bernardo Silva. Just a reminder of the scores then in the Premier League. Bournemouth leading at Ellen Road against Leeds United by 3-1. Nottingham Forest 1, Brentford 1, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. That's our other live commentary game in the Premier League this afternoon in the 3 o'clock matches, and then you can listen to the tea time kickoff with us. It is Everton up against Leicester City, and kickoff is at 5:30. Approaching the hour mark at the Etihad. 57 minutes played. City 1, Fulham 1, and again City just happy to play it along the line. Second half, which has been quite eventless, if the truth be told, so far. Side finding a spark, and I just wonder how long it'll be until Pep Guardiola contemplates bringing on the duo of Foden and Haaland to try and salvage the win in this one. Nathan Ake. Look at the attempt stats. 10 attempts for Man City compared to Fulham's 1. 4 shots on target compared to Fulham's 1. But that one was the penalty, which is the goal that keeps us level here. Picks it up in the Fulham goal. Whilst we have a little bit of a lull in proceedings, let's tell you what's going on in the FA Cup this afternoon. Forest Green beating South Shields by 2-0. Brilliant goal by Connor Wickham. And actually, I'm just having a look on the stats screen. Touches in the opposition box. Fulham only had 2. One of them led to the penalty. The other was a goal scored by a penalty. And now they're on the attack with Reed out on the right hand side as they attack, taking on Rodri. Cross goes into the penalty area, so they still haven't had a third touch in the opposition penalty area, although that's going to change now. Willian cleared away by Stones before finding Robertson, and it's going to go out for Fulham for Fulham throw. 59 minutes played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here at the Etihad on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Short to Willian. Out now. This time it's a Manchester City throw-in. In the FA Cup this afternoon, Forest Green getting the better of South Shields by 2-0 in the early kick-off. A brilliant goal by Connor Wickham. Harrogate beating Bradford City by 1-0, and Barnsley getting the better of Bolton by 2-1. Elsewhere, Gillingham 1 up on ASC Fylde, Barnet 1 up on Chelmsford, Mansfield 1 up on Barrow, Bournemouth 2, Eastleigh 1. Bristol Rovers 0, Rochdale 0, Burton 1, Needham Market 0, Buxton 1-0 up on Merthyr Town. Carlisle leading Tranmere by 0-0, Charlton 2-1 up on Culver, the lowest ranked side left in the competition. Cheltenham 0, Alvechurch 2 could be the big upset of the day so far. Chesterfield 1 up on Northampton, another upset potentially as Chippenham Town lead Lincoln City by 0-0. Crawley 1, Accrington 4, Crewe 0, Leyton Orient 0. Same scoreline at the Keepmoat between Doncaster and Kings Lynn. Ebbsfleet United 1, FC Halifax 1. Fleetwood leading Oxford City by 2-0. Gateshead 1, Stevenage 2. Massive upset as Grimsby leading Plymouth by 4-1. Maidenhead 0, Dagenham Redbridge 0. MK Dons 3, Taunton 0. Newport 1, Colchester 0. Peterborough 0, Salford 0. Port Vale 1, Exeter City 1. Shrewsbury leading York City by 2-1. One apiece between Solihull Moors and Hartlepool. Stockport 4-0 up in Swindon. Sutton 0, Farnborough 0. AFC Wimbledon 1 up at Weymouth. And Walsall leading Wycombe by 2-0. It's a bit of an upset between sides in League One and League Two respectively. As back here at the Etihad, an hour played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1, and Erling Haaland warming up for the hosts. May he be introduced to proceedings shortly. Pereira played out now. Back. Now the third time ball forward in towards the path of Wilson. Inside the area, Harry Wilson! But he couldn't control his footing when it came to the chance. He knows there's a golden opportunity for Fulham. He's just about level with onside. Gets himself the opportunity in the area. He may have been afforded one more touch just to get himself set on his more favoured right foot. And Erling Haaland is getting primed and ready for Manchester City. Pep Guardiola's seen enough. Gundogan. First time ball forward, looking to find Alvarez inside the area, looking to get the better of Diop. Forced out wide. Ball goes out of play, Man City throw. 62 on the clock, one apiece the score is. And it's Gundogan with the ball. Played back towards Rodri on the halfway for Manchester City, out on this left-hand side. City, who remember are down to 10 men after João Cancelo's red card midway through the first period. Bernardo Silva, as both Haaland and Foden are going to be readied. Grealish moves inside on his right foot, brought to ground by Tete. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card for Tete. Now in England, brandishing the booking. I'd say he could be too surprised. Just dangled a leg out from Grealish as he was looking to cut inside. So Haaland and Foden ready. Tete with that yellow card will now miss Fulham's next match. So Jack Grealish is going to be replaced by Phil Foden. We have a piece of paper to Ilkay Gundogan. Some tactical instructions. Then the goal scorer, Julian Alvarez, is going to be withdrawn in the place of Erling Haaland, who scored 17 goals in the league so far this season. Won't be as many, more crucial if he can find a winner here for Manchester City this afternoon. And he's straight in the action from the set piece, which De Bruyne is going to take. This was Grealish who was brought down. His last action could inadvertently lead to a goal. De Bruyne goes straight for the free kick, trying to catch the keeper out. It doesn't go too far away from the near post. Never enough venom on the strike. Took a bounce before going wide. So 64 minutes played. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1. That's only Manchester City's first attempt of the second period. They had 10 in the first half. Fulham had many of them in the second half. It has been very, very subdued. It's not been vintage Manchester City, but credit where credit's due to Fulham. They haven't allowed them to be the rip-roaring Premier League champions in this second half. They've tamed them in a bit more. Edison between the sticks for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva just moves beyond the halfway. Minutes to go. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1, but it's a misplaced pass from Rodri to De Bruyne on the halfway, which gives Fulham a throw it out on the left-hand side. So 25 minutes to go. Manchester City in search of a much-needed winner if they're going to keep pace with Arsenal at the top of the Premier League table. Carlos Vinicius. Out towards Tete, moving forward at Fulham. Tete is going to have a go at goal. He's going to test Ederson, but he gets down low to his right. And it is a comfortable collection for the Manchester City goalkeeper. Decided that there was space, there was time to get himself set to have the shot. And it was a comfortable take for the Manchester City goalkeeper. He's pulled one back against AFC Bournemouth, 2 apiece at Ellen Road. Ederson back in the Manchester City goal, played out towards Gundogan, who has had over 71% possession for over 500 successful passes. Rodri forward in towards De Bruyne. Foden, edge of the box, now towards Rodri. Now Bernardo Silva inside the area, curling effort from the right hand side, takes a deflection off of Robinson, who makes a big block for Fulham. But this is Silva again. He's got company with Rodri, who teased it in first time towards the back stick. Gundogan across to Haaland, but he couldn't quite connect to the ball. City maybe trying to turn the screw. Haaland may have been offside. Gundogan along to Haaland, couldn't quite connect to it. And this is Akanji for Manchester City. Played out first time in towards the path of Phil Foden. Now De Bruyne. They're going to flick one over the top in towards the path of Ilkay Gundogan. But cleared away by Fulham. This is Andreas Pereira. One back though by Rodri. Cleared forward first time. Not going to find Carlos Vinicius, but Stones gets there first, and it goes back in towards the path of Ederson in the Manchester City goal. Ake. Phil Foden. Now Nathan Ake again. This is Rodri. Back towards Nathan Ake, just over 20 minutes to go. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. This is Kevin De Bruyne. Up against Wilson. De Bruyne, right-footed cross in towards Haaland. Cleared away though by Palhinha. There's going to be a second bite of the cherry. Gundogan brings it down on the edge of the box. Haaland inside the area. Plays it out in towards the path of Bernardo Silva. Right-hand side for City. Cross goes in towards Haaland in the back stick. Hits the post. City are eking closer now. Ake. De Bruyne. Back to Ake again, midway inside the Fulham half. Just over 20 minutes to go. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1, but Fulham now defensively living a bit of a charmed life. Nathan Ake. Foden, left-hand flank. 30 yards from goal, but has to move back about 5 yards to try and make any further progress. Akanji. Silva's out on the right-hand side in acres of space, and that's exactly who he finds. Silva, look at the drive at Robinson and William. Play back in towards the path of Stones. Now Rodri. De Bruyne. Flicked out towards Bernardo Silva. Right hand side, edge of the area, up against Robinson. Silva looks to get the cross in. Still looking at the cross in. Does get the cross in, but headed away by Tete before finding Haaland. Now Fulham look to get the ball away, but when Kevin De Bruyne is in amongst the mix, then that's very hard to do. Nathan Ake for Manchester City. Gundogan on the line in towards the path of Akanji. This is Rodri. Gundogan. Ake. Foden to Ake. Akanji. Stones. Entering the final 20 minutes. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. It's now 3-3 between Leeds and Bournemouth at Ellen Road. Bournemouth did go 3-1 up in that game, but Leeds have pegged it back level, courtesy of goals by Greenwood and Cooper in the space of 8 minutes. We'll update you on the Championship scores as well in just a second, but let's have a look and see what Manchester City are going to do here, because Akanji's in possession on the halfway. Fulham are readying 2 changes, and they have 1 back possession with Reed moving out now, right hand side, up against Ake in the edge of the area. Wilson inside the box, back to Reed. It's only Pereira though inside the penalty area. Wilson. Manchester City asking for the foul, not going to be given. Reed, cross goes in towards the back stick, headed away by Stones before finding Willian. And now Robinson for the Cottagers. Back in towards the path of Willian. Palhinha, Willian. Green. Moves out to Phil Foden. 72 minutes on the clock. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. The ball goes forward in towards the path of De Bruyne in the penalty area. But Leno claims first in the battle of the 2 number 17s. So Fulham in possession on the edge of their penalty area. Pereira switching it out in towards the path of Wilson. Chests it down first time on the right hand flank. He's got Ake for company on the edge of the penalty area. The cross goes in. And it was looking to find Palhinha, but it's a comfortable hold, comfortable take for Edison of the Manchester City goal. And Harry Wilson may have done more damage than good having put that cross in. He's signalled to the bench that maybe he might have to be the one to come off for them to make 2 changes very shortly. But Manchester City in possession. 73 minutes on the clock. 1 apiece here at the Etihad. Kai Gundogan on the halfway, sprays it out to his right in towards the path of Bernardo Silva, brings it inside, back in towards the path of Gundogan. Akanji across to Rodri, Ake out to his left, but drives on his own in the middle, looking to thread in De Bruyne inside the area. Can he get it across? Looking to find Haaland. The ball went into the back stick, Haaland went to the near, and it's cleared away by Fulham, who now with Pereira look to move their way forward, but 1 back by Akanji. City back on the attack. It's a bit more end-to-end now. Gundogan, referee plays advantage. De Bruyne, slide in, Haaland! The only conceivable outcome. Erling Haaland comes on, Erling Haaland scores, and Manchester City find their way back in front. The subs done good, Pep. And it all came from Fulham looking to try and break away. Pereira dispossessed. Cross goes in. It's Gundogan towards De Bruyne. Question marks over offside on Haaland. But the cross goes in by De Bruyne. Pinpoint perfectly. And then De Bruyne nods it on into the top right-hand corner. But the question marks is over offside. VAR are having a look. This is going to be tight. The shoulder blades of both players are quite close to each other. This could be ruled out. They are zooming in on the pixels. Pep Guardiola has a chat with the 4th official. Well, I'd say chat, it's more of an argument. Quarter of an hour to go. A big VAR call. And it is not going to count. It is ruled out for offside. And Erling Haaland's head's in his hands. And the decision being blared on the big screens here at the Etihad is no goal offside against Erling Haaland. And so Fulham now make their 2 changes. Harry Wilson coming off. alongside Vinicius. He's also come off here for Fulham, and to be replaced by James and Kearney. Dan James looking to make things stick now whilst at Fulham after unsuccessful spells at Manchester United and Leeds respectively. He would love to stick it to his former rivals from his time at Old Trafford, try and find a win which would hugely help Arsenal as well. Manchester City in possession then with Rodri on the line to Nathan Ake. Foden on the half. Back in towards the half of Ake. On the line again. Ake. Kanji. Stones. Kanji was looking to play it back, but he couldn't with James lurking. Ball goes out of play. Manchester City throw out on the right-hand side. 12.5 minutes left to go. 1-1 between City and Fulham, but City have had a second ruled out recently for offside against Erling Haaland. Quick reminder what else is happening in the Premier League. 3-3 between Leeds and Bournemouth. Brentford have now taken the lead against Nottingham Forest by 2-1, and it's still 2-2 between Wolves and Brighton at Molineux. You can also listen to that game on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service, as well as a late match. It's Everton up against Leicester City from 5:30 here. Rodri in possession for Manchester City, switching it out from left to right, looking to find Bernardo Silva, who was looking to flick it on in towards the path of Erling Haaland inside the penalty area. And we're going to have a stoppage in play. It's Pereira who's down, clutching his right foot. I think it was just clipped from behind. Gives us an opportunity to delve into what's happening across the Championship this afternoon. The early kickoff saw Sheffield United get the better of Burnley by 5-2, and then elsewhere Blackburn leading Huddersfield by 1-0. Luton 1 up at Blackpool. Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 1, Millwall 0, Hull City 0, although Hull are down to 10 men. West Brom 1 up away at Queen's Park Rangers. Norwich 2-1 up against Rotherham at the New York Stadium. Birmingham leading at Stoke by 2-1. Cardiff 1 up on Sunderland. Wigan leading Swansea by 2-1, and Coventry 1 up at Vicarage Road against Watford. Meanwhile, in the FA Cup, as Pereira to get up off the ground, and the pictures are showing Erling Haaland, perhaps not a surprise, considering A is Erling Haaland and B he's just had a goal without for offside. But Fulham prepping another change, and this is if it's going to have to happen. Andreas Pereira coming off, and the technical team for Fulham have cast their eye over and said he can play no more part. Cheltenham pull one back against Alvechurch in the FA Cup, 2-1. Willian also coming off here for Fulham. He is going to be replaced by Babu. Pereira is allowed to continue. Ten minutes to go here at the Etihad. It's Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Elsewhere, Chippenham leading Lincoln by 1-0. Kingsley in the National League North holding Doncaster to a 0-0 draw. Eddsley beating National League FC Halifax by 2-1. Winsby 5-1 up on Plymouth Argyle. Newport 2-0 up on Colchester United. Exeter 2-1 up on Port Vale. And Weymouth getting an equaliser against AFC Wimbledon, so 1-1 there. Lincoln 0, Walsall 2 at at Adams Park. So Foden with possession on the halfway for Manchester City, who have lacked their usual spark, especially in the second half, although of course tough circumstances when you are down to 10. Played out to Stones, 8.5 minutes to go. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here. Akanji driving forward out on this left-hand flank, plays the ball out in towards the path of Phil Foden. Cross goes in first time, not going to find Haaland, but flicked away by Robinson. One back by Pereira, and out of play it goes. It's going to be a Manchester City throw out on the right-hand side, 15 yards inside the Fulham half. On this right-hand flank, they still have possession. It's in the path now of Nathan Ake, moving more centrally now, and out to the left. Foden, 30 yards from goal. Moves it inside and back into Ake. Foden again. Moves it inside, across to Rodri. Cleared away, and now Fulham look to counter. Pereira looking to play a ball out in towards the path of Dan James, but he may find himself in trouble again. Forward it goes, Pereira, left side, just on the halfway. Played short. Now Pereira again, switching it out in towards the path of Mbabu on the right hand side. Pass is going to be perfectly weighted for him. He's up against Nathan Ake. Cross goes in towards the near post, flicked away. And as far as Bernardo Silva, who wins it back for Manchester City. Kearney making chase for Edison, who clears it first time. Foden brought down to De Bruyne, and now Haaland getting the better of two defenders, finding himself inside the area. Erling Haaland brings inside, shapes a shoot. It comes off of Ream, and so Foden now in possession for City, winning the second ball. Ake, De Bruyne. City looking to turn the screw, but that's a heavy pass from De Bruyne in towards the path of Foden, who tried his best to keep it in play, but was unsuccessful in his attempts. And another chance for Erling Haaland. De Bruyne with a killer pass. He's onside this time, Haaland. Driving forward. Initially getting the better of Toom, but Ream able to track back the quickest and stop Haaland in his tracks. Just over 6 minutes to go. This would be a really good point for Fulham if they can get it. It would extend their unbeaten run in the Premier League to 6. Manchester City are on a 14-game unbeaten run against the Cottagers. Their last victory for them against Man City came back in April 2009, back when Gordon Brown was Prime Minister. Just having a look at possession stats for the last 10 minutes. 81% for Manchester City, 19% for Fulham. So Fulham happy to take the point and run here at the Etihad, as you could quite possibly and probably understand. Gundogan losing out in towards the Reed, and it goes first time. And Barbu, one back by Foden, and now De Bruyne. The space is open up for City. De Bruyne looking to have a go at goal himself inside the area, moves it out wide, looking for company. Bernardo Silva's the closest man. He finds him now. Silva looking to find the cross in. It goes in, left-footed, headed away before finding Haaland, and so cleared away by Fulham it is. Although one back by Manchester City and Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne, cross goes in. Haaland coming, but rushing out also was Leno in the Fulham goal. And now the Cottagers look to counter. Kearney in towards the path of Dan James now. Up against Akanji. He's got two up against him. Kearney on the underlapping run, looking to find him, but City reclaim possession. And now it's their turn to search for a winner. Bernardo Silva on this right-hand side. He's got company if he wants it. Goes into the area. It was John Stones providing the cross, and it was Paulinho with a big interception for Fulham. 4 minutes to go, one apiece. Stones on this right-hand side for City. Rodri. Back to Stones again. 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here at the Etihad. Bernardo Silva towards De Bruyne, moves it inside, cleared away by Fulham, who now look to counter. Dan James for the Cottagers, brought down by Akanji. Free kick to Fulham. The City fans and Akanji not happy with Darren England's decision. Elsewhere, it's now 4-3 to Leeds against AFC Bournemouth. Leeds, who were 3-1 down, have pulled it back to make it 4-3. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1, of course, here. Brentford 2-1 to the good against Brentford. And at Molineux, there is a big chance in the direction of Brighton. Before we have a look at that, Andreas Pereira's coming off for Fulham. What a shift he's put in this afternoon. And he's going to be replaced by Harris for the final 2 minutes or so here at the Etihad, where Fulham at the minute are preserving a point and will be taking a point back to southwest London from Greater Manchester this afternoon if it stays that way. And I can tell you that Brighton have taken the lead in the 84th minute. They lead Wolverhampton Wanderers by 3-2. Reminder, you can listen to that game on the Flash Score live audio commentary service, as well as a late game at 5:30. It is Everton up against Leicester City, and it is live with us, as well as every game tomorrow, including Chelsea up against Arsenal and Tottenham up against Liverpool. You can listen to both of those games with us here on the live commentary service here on the Flash Score app. 2 minutes to go. City 1, Fulham 1. Reminder, in the Championship, Sheffield United getting the better of Burnley 5-2 in the early kick-off. Elsewhere, Blackburn 1-0 to the good against Huddersfield. Big meeting between Burnley and Blackburn in a couple of weeks. But here come Fulham, moving away now. Mbabu on the right-hand side. City players tracking back. He's got the one of Tete in the area. Out it goes towards him. Now he's going to play the cross in. Out towards the back stick. It's brought down first time. Looking to find Kearney. There's one back by Manchester City, and the spaces open up. This is De Bruyne, minute 89 here. One apiece between City and Fulham. De Bruyne having it on the left-hand flank. Up against Reed, inside the area it goes, in towards the path of Haaland. It's a corner for Manchester City. With 1 minute of normal time left to play. Ball's threaded in towards the path of Haaland. The last touch comes off of Harrison Reed. And it's going to be a Manchester City corner, while Anthony Robertson gets booked for a challenge on Akanji. So, corner for Man City out on the right-hand side as they attack in this second period. It's going to be Kevin De Bruyne to take. 30 seconds of normal time left to play. To be right-footed, swung in towards the penalty spot. That is where Haaland makes his one. Haaland gets there, but it's cleared away by Fulham, who now look to break. And break in numbers. It comes out towards Kearney on the right-hand side. He breaks beyond the halfway. Ake tracks back. Moves back in towards the path of Paulinho. Now Kearney. We're now into stoppage time here at the Etihad, where there's going to be 5 minutes added on. Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Along the line it goes, in towards the path of Tete for Fulham. Kearney, halfway, got Foden for company, plays the ball forward in towards the path of Harris. Back it goes now, in towards Kearney, switches it first time, out towards Mbabu, first time touch, out towards Robinson, inside the area it goes, in towards Dan James. but Rodri manages to get it clear for Manchester City, who now look to provide the counter-attack. Looking to win it late on. It's Kevin De Bruyne on the right-hand side, just beyond the halfway. Looking to switch it towards Foden. First touch towards Gundogan. Looking to find Haaland if he can. Gundogan in towards the area. Foden just couldn't quite outstretch enough to get there, and it rolls out of play for a goal kick. That was a golden chance for the champions. Real golden opportunity. They couldn't quite take full advantage of it. Foden just couldn't quite outstretch enough. Further frustration on the face of Pep Guardiola. Forward it goes, flicked on by Ake, looking to find Haaland. Forward it goes, looking to find the City striker. It goes out of play, left out of play by Diop. It's going to be a Fulham goal kick, and Pep Guardiola is going 10 to the dozen in the Manchester City technical area, at Phil Foden in particular there. There's going to be some stern words be had in that dressing room at full time. There's no doubt about that. Bernd Leno to take the goal kick then for Fulham, who have only really had one chance today. That was from the penalty spot. They took full advantage of it, and that is why they are level at one apiece. That is why they look like they're going to get a point from the Etihad this afternoon. Maybe they'll get more, but Kenny couldn't slide his way past Akanji. Foden flicked up in towards the path of Haaland. Foden towards Silva on the left hand side. Haaland makes a run into the box, flicked in towards the penalty area, headed away, but there's a second bite of the cherry. This is De Bruyne, clipped, and it's a last minute penalty to Manchester City. De Bruyne brought down right on the edge of the penalty area by Anthony Robinson, and for all of Fulham's good work in the second half to try and preserve a point, Manchester City are going to have a chance from the penalty spot. A huge moment, not just for Manchester City, but in the complexion of this early Premier League season. De Bruyne clipped inside the area by Robinson. He just outstretches and clips him with his left foot. De Bruyne goes to the ground, and Pep Guardiola, who has been going crazy on the Manchester City bench, looks up to the heavens knowing that they got a last minute chance, a last minute reprieve. And guess who's over the ball? Erling Haaland, with just over a minute of stoppage time to go, has a golden opportunity for Manchester City to take the 3 points from Fulham's grasp. Ruben Diaz is being readied in preparation of this penalty going in. Big moment for Manchester City in the complexion of their season. Fulham, who have done so well to try and preserve the point in the second half, could be undone right at the very last. It is Erling Haaland over the ball, places it on the penalty spot. Nervous energy reigns around the Etihad for a big, big kick of the football. Haaland up against Leno. Left-footed and into the back of the net. It just squeezes its way past Bernd Leno, and Erling Haaland may have rescued the win here for Manchester City. A fist pump, a celebration for Pep Guardiola, who's been frustrated for the whole of the second half. And Manchester City claim the 3 points against Fulham with what could be the very last kick of the game from Erling Haaland from the penalty spot. Haaland's number one fan, one of the cardboard cutouts in the stands. Well, he is City's number one son, and he has helped them towards what could be a vital 3 points. A brilliant penalty taken left-footed past Leno, who perhaps felt he could have and should have got a hand to it. And that is a big, big moment in the complexion of this Premier League season, and he whirls away with his shirt in his hands. What a big, big, big moment that could be for Manchester City. Unsurprisingly, Erling Haaland has been booked for the celebration. Ilkay Gundogan comes off, and Ruben Diaz, who's being ready for that penalty going in, will come on for the final few moments. That should be the final play of the game. That should be enough now for Manchester City. Fulham looking for one last chance, one last attack. They'll feel gutted if they don't take a point home for Manchester, which is, well, it looks increasingly likely as if it's going to happen. Free kick to City. They can just hold the ball for as long as they want now. It just had to be Erling Haaland. It is always Erling Haaland. It is his league, and the rest are just playing in it, it feels. Into the 97th minute, Manchester City 2.
Mm-hmm.